Hello YouTubers. Today I want to talk about the issues with the 06, 07 GSXR600 that I've experienced. Mine is an 07 GSXR600 and it's got an issue with the rectifier. I bought a new one already. Tell you the story about what happened was, just like everybody else, you ride on the freeway, whatever. When I exited, my bikes just start losing power. And when it started losing power, I pulled over and I tried to start it. It won't start it. I bought a jump start, jumping wires, and jump started. It starts up. I rode a little bit and it dies out on me again. All the lights flickering and all that stuff, but. Long story short, I must have had it jumped over 10 times to make it home. When I made it home, I looked on YouTube and everything, and everybody seems to direct it towards the rectifier, the stator, and the battery. When the guy tried to jump start it for me, he tried to tell me, oh, it's the battery, it's the battery. I know it's not the battery, because it's hard for the battery to lose charge unless you you turn on the lights and left it on overnight or what have you. So turns out when I got home, I took everything apart and I noticed, I took the rectifier apart and I noticed this little two bubbles right here on the line. Yeah, the rectifier is bad. When you have two lines bubbly right here, it's a bad rectifier. When I bought the replacement OEM original equipment from Suzuki, it's clear, like right here. Okay, it doesn't have this two bubbly lines. Okay, it should be clear, clean. So when I put it on, it worked. And another thing I did was relocate the rectifier. Originally, it was right there behind the radiator and right by the headers of the motorcycle, which this whole thing gets really super hot. So I located inside, underneath the airbox of the engine, and trust me, it's never gonna go get hot anymore. So, and problem solved. Also, if you get that F1 lights, on the GSXR, best to pull over right away and resequence it. That's what I would say. Because I think Suzuki, you get the F1 light is all depend on how you sequentially turn on and off the motorcycle. That's what I've noticed, and it worked fine for me. If I turn on the motorcycle and the bike is running and it gets the F1 light, it tells me that something is off. So I have a sequence as to how you turn on and off the motorcycle after you ride it or before you ride it, to get that F1 light not showing. We're gonna talk about relocating this rectifier in a minute. But I'm just gonna show you my sequence of how I turn on and off my motorcycle when I ride it. It's gonna be a short introduction of how it's done, and then we're gonna talk about how you're gonna relocate this. And I want to give a credit to Sticky Side Down. He had issues running on the highway of his too, and how he relocated his rectifier. So if you want to go on his video. He actually has a picture of how of where he put the rectifier inside the airbox. And again, I'm not taking credit for anything. I just, without his video, I wouldn't know exactly where to put this rectifier. But let's get to the sequence, okay? All right. So excuse if the bike is a little bit choppy. All right. So the motorcycle is on its stand. All right. So to keep the sequence working, let's say you get on the motorcycle. You flip up the stand. You're on the motorcycle already, okay? You gotta let the whole thing turn. You turn this on, it runs, and then you flip this out. You're gonna let it run through the cycle, okay? All right. So the cycle is on. There you go. And now you're gonna turn it on. Alright. See? The F1 light is off. No F1 light. So basically, you flip the kickstand up. Let's say you're on the bike, you flip the kickstand up, don't turn anything on. Turn on the ignition key, let it swing full bar and come back. Turn on the kill switch to on. Let it run through the cycle, you know, of the where the valves and everything for the exhaust is, and then turn it on. Okay, and you'll get no F1 light. To turn off the bike once after you finish riding, park the bike, okay, but don't put the kickstand on yet. Don't put the kickstand down yet. Turn it off, okay. Flip this off, okay, and then put down your kickstand. Okay, so that's my sequence all the time. You know, I know it's kind of weird or whatever, or some bikes you don't have to do that, you know, kickstand sensor and crap like that, but it works for me so far, and it's been great. It's just weird. You know, nowadays, before I do anything, before I start the bike, once I push the bike out, whatever, with the kickstand down, okay, I get on the bike, I put the kickstand up, I turn on the ignition key, let the RPM swings this way, and then turn on the kill switch to on, and let the synchros or the valve by the machine, for the exhaust, do its rotation, and then when it stops, that's when I turn on the bike, and no F1 light. So I love this bike. I love this bike because it fits me. I'm flat-footed. It's user-friendly. It's light, easy turn, everything. I mean, I've had a lot of bikes, but this is one of my favorite bikes. I was gonna give up on it and say the hell with it, but I said no. I really enjoyed this bike, so I'm keeping it. And my wife loves to ride it, so I'm buying a passenger grip for the tank. Basically, it bolts onto the the gas cap here, and then it has the grip right here where the back passenger just holds onto it. Really good. Okay, so let's talk about the rectifier. Okay, before the rectifier, let's see. Before the rectifier, used to be right over here. Okay. All right. So what I did was I took these two bolts out. I don't know if you see it. All right, here we go. I took these two bolts out. Okay, loosen it, and then I went into the tank. I take the seats out, this out, and then I took the bolts right here. Flip the tank up. Take the air box out, and take the whole air box out, and then these two screws that belong here, use it, and drill a 2-hole inside the air box, air box. Put this inside, drill it down, drill a big hole, dip it in, and connect it to the stator and that wire, and put the air box back. By the way, my air box was dirty as hell. I mean, this bike hasn't been, the air box hasn't been changed since brand new, so it was bad. It was, and I don't usually change air box until I see it's really bad, so really bad. But anyway, this shit, piece of shit. And excuse me. And they sell the rectifier relocation kit on eBay and shit. The hell with that shit. You don't need that. Okay? Don't buy anything from eBay, relocating. You can relocate your own, rectifier, on the airbox. So, trust me, that thing ain't never gonna get hot again, okay? So much air is going into it, it's not funny. Oh yeah, and I couldn't wait. I was anxious, so while my rectifier was in the mail, I went ahead and emptied the oil and took out the stator and bought a new stator. thinking I'm gonna change the whole thing, but turns out my Stator looks okay. It looks good. There wasn't burnt or anything, so so I ended up saving a Stator, brand new Stator. So I want to show you something real quick. Hold on a second. All right. So here's the Stator that I bought, brand new. Okay. All right. Took it apart. I took the my original Stator apart and nothing was burnt. Basically, when you take the Stator out, it's gonna look like this. You see all the copper. When you take out the Stator, inspect it. All the copper should be colorful, copper color. Okay. If the Stator was bad, you'll see it burnt. Like it'll be black here, black here, black here. It'll be like a burnt pancake or whatever. It's gonna be burnt. You'll see it. That's a bad Stator. So this is brand new. I am keeping this for future reference because I plan to keep this bike for a long ass time. Because my wife likes to be a passenger rider on it. She loves the bike. So anywho, yeah. Don't buy that rectifier relocating kit or nothing. Put it in the airbox. That shit ain't never gonna heat up. So anywho, see more of my videos. I'll talk about motorcycle safety and you know, stuff like that. So anywho, have a good day.